जी एक मरतबा फिर बताता चलूँ जी कि कल कैरी लूगर बिल उसमें जो पहले साल के लिए पैसे मुख्तस किए गए हैं वो कल उसका एक एग्रीमेंट साइन होगा जी, और बिटवीन द यूएसए और पाकिस्तान गवर्नमेंट के दरमियान एक एग्रीमेंट, बायलैटरल एग्रीमेंट साइन होगा जी। और उसमें पहले साल के लिए जो पैसे आने हैं वो आएंगे जी उसमें, और उसको कहा जाएगा जी कैरी लूगर इनहैंस पार्टनरशिप विद पाकिस्तान एक्ट कहा जाएगा जी उसको। $200 मिलियन फ्लड रिलीफ के लिए खर्च हो चुके हैं जी, और $8.34 मिलियन आएंगे जी। ऑल टुगेदर ये है जी तकरीबन कोई $1.35 बिलियन, और इसमें मुख्तलिफ शोबों में पैसे खर्च किए जाएंगे जी, उस पर हम गुफ्तगू कर रहे हैं जी। इससे पहले कि मैं मज़ीद बात करूं जी, डेमोक्रेसी एंड गवर्नेंस के लिए भी एक बजट है जी जो यूएसएड ने रखा हुआ है, उस पर बात करूं उससे पहले मैं थोड़ा सा आपको डाउनलोड देता चलूं जी। डेमोक्रेसी और गवर्नेंस के लिए तकरीबन $98 मिलियन से ज़्यादा की रकम रखी गई है जी इसमें। हेल्थ सेक्टर के लिए $140 मिलियन से ज़्यादा रकम रखी गई है जी। एजुकेशन के लिए $179 मिलियन से ज़्यादा की रकम है जी, और ये मैं इससे ज़्यादा है सारे फिगर जी, इससे कम नहीं है, मैं आपको राउंड फिगर्स आपको दे रहा हूँ जी। मैं इकोनॉमिक अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ के लिए, इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ के लिए जी $144 मिलियन की रकम रखी गई है। एग्रीकल्चर के लिए $91 मिलियन की रकम रखी गई है। एनर्जी सेक्टर के लिए $68 मिलियन से ज़्यादा की रकम रखी गई है जी, और फाटा के लिए अलग रकम रखी गई है जी, $191 मिलियन रखे गए हैं जी। खैबर पख्तूनख्वा के लिए जी $120 मिलियन रखे गए जी। ऑल टुगेदर ये तकरीबन वही फिगर बन जाता है जी जो मैंने आपको पहले बताया जी, जो एक साल के लिए आएगा जी, $1.035 बिलियन बनता है जी। मैं वापस चलता हूँ जी, मेरे साथ मौजूद है बॉब विल्सन जी जो कि हेड कर रहे हैं यूएसए मिशन को पाकिस्तान में, उनसे गुफ्तगू करते हैं जी, और सारे सेक्टर्स को ज़रा टच कर लेंगे जी। ये जितने सेक्टर्स हैं इनको पूछ लेंगे कि ये कैसे ये रकम खर्च करेंगे जी आने वाले साल में जी, और इस पे बात करते हैं जी। पहले मैं शुरू करूंगा डेमोक्रेसी एंड गवर्नेंस से जी। बॉब, you have a budget of almost like $98 million for democracy and governance. How do you plan to spend this money?
Okay. The entire program is oriented towards investing in services that are critical to the population. So a large part of that $98 million will go towards municipal services, and a large part of that program will be infrastructure. Those projects that people need, water systems, roads, solid waste, public buildings, etc. So that program will be a key feature of our democracy and governance portfolio. In addition, we have smaller programs for elections support. We have a program there for the Parliament and its training and legislative functions. And then we have a program with the judiciary, which is it's oriented towards investing in court infrastructure that will facilitate the legal proceedings and the court agenda, and that'll be throughout the country. So I think we've got a program again which is relatively modest, but will hopefully support delivery of critical services.
Okay, after this flood, the educational facilities which were there in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and other parts of the country, they were like hit bad.
Yeah.
So what do you plan to do on this one?
Well, we're going to try to be right there in a responsive mode. We want to provide funds for facilities repair and reconstruction. We want to also support the provincial program of educational access and expansion of facilities. So The repair will be an important element of it, but beyond that, our funds are going to be working on the provincial program, the public education program, which includes you know, improved teacher training, books and other facilities, girls' educational facilities, middle schools, and the facilities that those schools need. So it's a comprehensive program. Because the public sector program is comprehensive, our funds will be used in the most effective way, and in consultation with them. Again, after we address the most important critical issue of repair and rehabilitation of schools so that kids can get back into them.
Okay, so the kids can go back to the schools. You're going to spend like more than $179 million on this one. What about the agriculture? You know, because all these people who have been hit by the flood, they're like they have no means of, like, you know, livelihood. So the only means are agriculture. So do you plan to do something for the agriculture also, and how will you go about this one?
Yes, we are. Okay, it's really, I mean, it's terrible to see what's happened, and the hundreds of thousands of people that have lost their seed stores, their crops in the ground, their livestock. So again, we're going to try to be helpful in the response to that by providing funds for seeds and fertilizers and tools for those farmers that have lost them, help with the cleanup and repair of the irrigation facilities, help with the urgent sustainability of remaining livestock that they might have, and looking into the future, you know, work with institutions to help in the repopulation of livestock. Fairly, you know, straightforward, but very critical, and something that is very important to help those people get back on their feet.
So how can you, like, go into detail about this one, because you'll be providing them seeds or what? You'll be providing them seeds free of cost or what? How do you plan to go about?
Yeah, our programs are going to be targeting the most vulnerable, probably those people who are right in the path of the floodwaters, and ones that were affected by the overflow and the flooding. Yes, this will be grant funding. It will be given gratis to the recipients. In many cases, they've lost all their assets, all their ability to pay for this. And the government too is recognized the importance of getting cash back into the hands of people. The program for income support through the Watan cards is I think a well-intentioned and very important program.
Okay. What about the economic opportunities? You want to generate, like, new economic opportunities, and what opportunities are we looking over here?
Yes, yeah, we have again a multifaceted program there, which contains programs for finance, financial guarantees, so that banks are more inclined to lend to borrowers. We have an enterprise fund that we hope to get started with our partners here, which will provide seed capital to new enterprises, and critical financing for other enterprises in a number of areas. It could be services, transit, processing, energy production, etc. So that's a big element. In addition to that, we have programs that work at the firm level to improve quality and productivity. We're working with agricultural production and processing enterprises. We're working with textile firms. We're working with other services, telecommunications, construction companies, all with a view towards helping them with productivity issues, quality issues, employee capacity and training programs. And then, in addition to that, we're working with the government on the policy framework for businesses and enterprises to operate here. Looking at ways to reduce red tape, administrative burdens, trying to facilitate investors who are interested in putting their money into enterprises here. So again, a multifaceted program that works on a number of the key constraints for economic growth.
That sounds good, but there's another section in your this fact sheet, and that is that stabilization and humanitarian assistance for FATA and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And for FATA, you are spending more than $191 million, and for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, it's like more than $120 million. What do you mean by stabilization and humanitarian assistance? Let's start with FATA first. What do you plan to do in FATA?
Okay, in some areas that have been plagued by conflict, the idea is to restore people's lives to some degree of normalcy. And we do that with a number of support mechanisms: small infrastructure, medium-scale infrastructure, health and education services. We're doing hundreds of small-scale projects in FATA agencies. And we've recently gotten started with a program of larger scale infrastructure, roads, water storage, and electricity transmission and distribution in a couple of the agencies. So that's where that money will go. We also have a program to help in granite and stone sector there, which has got a lot of potential in terms of trade and economic growth, job generation. So that's the FATA program. In the KPK, we're focused on infrastructure, agriculture, and in the infrastructure area, it's the biggest programs is this Peshawar water system that with our financing will hopefully see some improvements in service reliability and access for the people of Peshawar.
What do you have to offer about the environmental section? In the environment section, do you have anything to do on the environment section also? You are working on the environment section or what?
Well, I mean, we have a number of water programs which are designed to address water availability, the problem of the fall in the water table, especially in an area like Baluchistan, which has suffered from this flood recently, but more often suffers from drought and water shortage. So that is a huge environmental issue for them, and we're going to try to help. In addition, there are sanitation issues that we're working with under our health program. But we have not gotten into other environmental areas which are important, such as watershed management and forestry. But I mean, we'll get to the most important prioritize environmental issues. At this point, water is a key program, and the infrastructure of storage and water canalization and flood protection is critical. So we're working on those.
You have a gender reform action plan, and the Pakistani women in Pakistan, they face like social-culture constraints over here, and they are not fully contributing to the society. So what is this gender reform action plan?
Okay, this reform action plan comprises a number of projects. We have in our health portfolio, we've got programs largely oriented towards female health, the training of lady health workers and community midwives. So in large measure, the health program is oriented towards gender or female health issues, and that includes assistance to maternal and newborn and child health programs. In the education area, of course, we're partial towards girls' education, so we're working on a number of infrastructure programs along with the provinces to provide greater access to girls for education. In the economic area, we're working on job training, skill development, and enterprise support for especially female-led enterprises. In the advocacy area for gender rights, we have got a fund that's recently been established that will provide resources to civil society organizations, non-governmental organizations that promote gender interests. We're going to support a couple of centers that address women's protection and rights issues here.
Okay.
But I think that program is multifaceted. So it's got everything from education, health, and economic growth, and partnership with Pakistani non-governmental organizations.
Okay, Bob. This is the first chunk which Pakistan is going to get, and the
Right.
first chunk is like $1.035 billion we are talking over
Right.
here, and this is
Right.
for the first year, right? Is there any possibility that in times to come, in the years to come, this assistance can be can go up? Is there a possibility?
I think anything is possible, and I think there certainly has been there's a number of people and number of influential voices that argue for certainly more